I think Rick just got creeped out. So,
Slightly.
let's hear about your characters. Let's actually get to know who they are. So, I mean, I want to say ladies first, unless you'd rather pass the buck to Ollie. Ladies first.
Go on, Ollie.
Alright, you already know the character. Adam Rockwell, he's been assigned to the ship. There was actually some drama being assigned to the ship as a pilot. The way I kind of imagine is because we're on a fairly large ship at this point, right? Not as large as the Normandy, but like quite a large crew is roughly the way you've explained it to.
My apologies. Maybe I should do that first?
Yeah, that might be handy.
Yeah,
Oh,
that would be helpful. Yeah.
shit, where are my notes? I have them written down.
It's the Hastings.
No, well, yeah, it's similar
to the
size
Hastings.
to the Hastings. Yeah, but I meant the name of the ship. Shit, where do I have that written down? We have that written down. Oh my god, we have that written down. Do I have it here?
It better not be the DSRV one.
No, God no. All right. So because of the naming conventions of Mass Effect, you guys, all ships have to report to a larger, bigger ship. So the Dreadnought class ship that you guys report to is they're always named after famous mountains on Earth. That's just how they do it in the Alliance military. They're named after famous mountains. So the famous mountain that you guys are named after, yours is named after, is the Mount Vesuvius. Is the mountain that the Dreadnought that you report to is named after. Mount Vesuvius. And so Mount Vesuvius's mission is actually designated to keep to the rim of Taurian space and to learn from the learn of the Taurians and learn about that culture as much as possible. However, that's not the exact ship that you're on. That's the one that you report to. You're actually on the ship now. You're on a frigate class ship. Frigates are always named after large combats of significance or battles of significance that happened on Earth. You are riding on the ship the Stalingrad. And the Stalingrad, their mission, which we're going to get into the RP side of it when you're there, the Stalingrad is there to go and learn about the Citadel's secondary races. Now, what is a secondary race? Remember, this is pre-Mass Effect 1, so get out of your human-centric mindsets. So, the only real, true primary races are Solarians, Taurians, and Asari. Those are the true primary races. The secondary races are going to be the ones that like have a strong presence in the Citadel's what's the word I'm looking for here? Like the social structure of the economy, the social structure, and everything. So this is going to be things like the Volus, the Elcor, the Hanar. Not so much that the Drell would be tertiary.
Drell are like a bit rarer, aren't they?
Yeah. Krogan would be tertiary. Let's see.
Orcha, Batarians, tertiary.
Yeah, those are all tertiary. I personally like the idea of Quarians being tertiary because Quarians are more of like that kid that won't move out, so you make them live in a tent in your backyard. Kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, at least they're not living at home anymore. That's kind of like the Quarians, so they're tertiary. So it's gonna be like all those middle ground races that exist. Humans, right now, as of this game that you guys are playing in, are tertiary. However, because of the way that humans change things, they stay tertiary for a very short period of time before all of a sudden they're secondary, and then if you played Mass Effect 1, primary. Immediately afterwards, it happens so quickly. But yeah, so there are going to be a lot of secondary races, and that's going to be your mission, is to go and to learn about these races, get involved with them, see how they're doing, go amongst their communities. So you're actually going to be spending a lot of time with the other aliens out there, which is going to be fun. So that is the Stalingrad that you're going to be flying on. The Stalingrad, as you said, is about 85% the size, 80% the size of the SR-1, which is significantly smaller than the SR-2 from Mass Effect 2 or 3. The crew is about 30, including yourselves. It's about 30, a little underneath, including yourselves. And Ollie is not the captain of the ship, and he's not the only pilot on the ship. When he's on the ship, he is generally the primary pilot, but he's not the only pilot. Yeah. So, I'm sorry. Describe your character.
So there was some drama getting on this ship because I can't remember the name of the captain of the ship tried to have Rockwell not on the ship, sort of voted against him, but because of the way paperwork ends up going, he ended up on the ship anyway. And he's a little bit bitter about that. a little bit bitter about just about everything, actually. The way so he's probably he does boss people around, all that sort of things, but that's really the main gist of it. He's a pilot, he's a commander. He's definitely training more in the commander side than the pilot side. Like, he started off being a pilot. He's probably the kind of person that when the captain leaves the ship to go on shore leave or something, tries to be the acting captain. I don't know if he actually would be, but you'd definitely be in the runnings.
So you would not be able to be in the runnings of acting captain. I just have to stomp on that right now because you're
what he wants to be.
Yeah, you're currently an E4. So more or less the way it makes it sound like is your character enlisted into the alliance military because to go, to boldly go where no man has gone before, seek out new life and new civilizations, right? So that was what you wanted to do, and you enlisted. But now you're probably sitting there and going, fuck, I want to go to officer's school. And so why don't we actually add this to your character? You are actively going through officer's school right now, which is why you have so much in command and all of those other details to your character. You're actively going through officer's school right now. And so eventually, if this character were to continue on, he would become an O1 and be able to start going up rank over there and giving you true command beyond just being a non-commissioned officer, right? So we'll say that you're an E4 right now, going to school to become an O1.
Yes.
Okay.
There's also sort of a thing about his brother, not so much as far as Nico, that his brother is better than him in every way, but he did have an older brother who was in the Navy as well, who got to around about the same rank as him, but not as a pilot, probably as a B4, before dying in questionable circumstances, which may not be incredibly questionable, but he never got the details, so he's annoyed about that. But not as annoyed as you'd think he would be. It's just sort of like he's enough of a soldier to know that that's kind of their lot in life.
Cool.
No.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's about it.
And then after that, we're going to bring it over to Rick, sir. What is your character's name? What is their story?
So my character is going to be James Carmine. He is a single child.
Carmine. I like that name. That's good.
It may or may not be a reference.
Is it?
Anyway, he grew up single child. Parents not that great. They did some shady things. So he was a bit of a trouble child. He started fights in school and whatnot. And eventually his parents got sick of him. So he went to a military school because, why not? Eventually, he figured that, I'm going to have to do something to earn money, and, well, I could go into a life of crime, but life of crime, that doesn't really work out so well usually. So, military school, why not join the military? He took well to military life, surprisingly. Although, he tried to make some friends, although you can't really make many friends when the first and last things you will say are, sir, yes, sir, things like that, But overall, he took relatively well to military life. He's trying to look out for his squad. Trying to keep them covered. Not very happy that all the aliens are now real instead of just, imaginary. There's actual aliens here and they're pretty hostile. Not really a fan of that, so I'm probably going to try to shoot them when I see them, if I get a reason to.
He's literally, his fingers sitting on the trigger, just waiting. Just like, please.
Just give me an excuse.
Just give me a target.
Just do it. Just do it. I dare ya. Oh, that's so funny. All right, cool. And James Carmine is that name. Cool. Thank you very much. All right. There's pressure. Pressure now. Did you name your character?
Yes, I did. Lena Ward.
Ooh, Lena.
Yes, Ward with an E on the end. Thank you, Jim Stroud, for helping me pick out, because I'm not very imaginative when it comes to names. Anyways, she keeps herself to herself. She's quiet. She, hence being a sniper bitch, which is now a thing now. That's how I'm referred to. Yeah, she normal family, normal life, quiet. Doesn't share an awful lot straight away. She likes to trust people, which is hard to come by. So
makes sense.
I guess you'll find out the more you get to know me.
The more you get to know her. Ooh, fun. All right, cool. Well, yeah. That's pretty awesome. I'm excited to see these characters in action. I'm excited to see how it is that they play out. I'm excited to have I love this overlay. I genuinely do. I think it looks beautiful. I don't know if any of you guys have logged into Twitch to glance at it to see what it looks like. It's actually a really fun looking overlay. The problem is again, I honestly don't know about the what is a good practice, if I should be allowed to use this or not. So I'm just, you know what, I touched an artist. I contacted
don't you be doing that, Scott. That costs extra.
It didn't work out so well, and so I was trying to avoid Ollie because he's so busy all the time lately. So
I am busy.
Well, you get a lot of commissions. A lot of people really enjoy your art and they commission you, and I'm like, oh cool, let me not bother you. So now I had to go, Ollie, psst,
I need an overlay.
Do you have time to help me out, buddy? And Ollie's like, grumpy Ollie face.
Fine.
And so I had to commission Ollie instead. So Ollie's going to be working on an overlay, and we'll see if we can make it nice and pretty to make this work. So,
Sweet bean.
All right. Is there anything else we want to go over with these characters? Anything else that we need? I mean,
do we know each other yet, or have we just been on the same ship for a little bit of time? So we probably recognize each other but don't know each other.
I mean, we're on a ship with 30 people on it. We'd probably know each other's faces and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fair point.
So you guys would have been put onto the ship probably a week or so prior to your first mission. Depending on how social or antisocial your character is, would be how much you would actually interact with one another and have seen each other. I'm going to, for the sake of RP purposes, say that you've interacted very, very mildly at best.
None of us are social characters. Well, I'm then talk skill, not social.
However, I can say that you, Ollie, your character would have received a dossier on both of your characters.
I'd know about them more.
So one of the things that you would notice is that the confirmed kill count for Rookie's character is actually rather considerable, for the fact that she has never been in. She's like a sniper. You know what I mean? It's one of those wait, what? How have you killed so many? We're not even at war. How is this a thing? Well, that's the specialized combat division. You know what I mean? So
what else am I supposed to do in my spare time?
They stop the wars from happening before they happen.
But I mean, when you go to planets, there are terrestrial creatures that non-sapient life terrestrial creatures that are there that could be a danger, and so having been a part of the Alliance military for a while, that certainly helps out. So actually, I have a question for you guys. Your backgrounds, how old are you? Have you been in the military for long? I mean, you can feel free to write up backstories in the future or not do so and make it up as you go along. It doesn't matter to me either way. But how old are your characters and how long have you been in the military? Were your parents in the military?
What's the typical age to start in the military?
18.
I thought so.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same for all.
Yeah, I can answer first so that you can have time to think, friends.
Yep, go ahead.
I know, man, but go ahead.
28. He's been in the military 8 years. He wasn't originally in the military. He joined when his brother was still alive, 5 years ago or whatever.
Over 7, yeah.
Yeah.
8 years ago, I guess.
Yeah, somewhere like that. He joined when his brother was still alive. He wasn't joining because his brother was dead and he wanted to. He joined because not even because he wanted to be like his brother, just same reasons, because they're both they're very similar people. But yeah, he actually was sort of living a different life, not like a criminal life, but just sort of a fairly normal life, I'd imagine, before joining the military as a pilot. Probably actually a hobby flyer, Parents had a little tiny crappy aircraft or something that he learned to fly. Fix.
And he's like, oh, I'll get my military background, because with my military background, I'll totally be able to fly for a commercial airliner and retire on it someday. Oh shit, there's aliens!
Oh no, war was declared.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fly me closer, I need to shoot them with my guns.
Now, of course, you personally were not a part of the First Contact War. Your character was not. Okay, Rookie, you said you already knew yours a bit, so please go ahead.
Yeah, I enlisted almost straight away.
We're still in high school and you enlisted and then just kind of like sat around in class until graduation day where you finally like fuck it and then join the military?
Yep.
That sort of thing? Okay. Or
Yep.
did you drop out of high school to join?
Nope. No, I got through high school. Like I said, my character had a relatively normal upbringing, from Earth, so because nowhere else to be from.
That's not entirely true because expansion
Well,
started
yeah.
long before
Yeah.
that.
The
Yeah,
entire
it did
solar
have
system
Mars.
has colonies all over it.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
That
there
is
are other colonies and other places that are started, I believe, longer than 18 years ago. So you could have been raised predominantly on a ship on another colony or Earth, but Earth's perfectly
on
fine.
Earth. Yeah.
I think Ollie's
Rookie
character has to
mistake,
be
right?
born on Earth because of how old he is.
Yes.
But,
Sorry, you said.
no, you go.
Yeah. My character. She without getting too much away, she had an upbringing where she could use guns freely away from other people, so she knew what she wanted to do. So, and I was gonna say about 28 as well. So, yeah, been at it a while.
You've been in for 10 years. So
Yeah.
I also would say that your character was not positioned at the First Contact War.
No.
Did you know anybody that died there? Anybody personally?
Maybe.
Because I think it was something like 300 and something people died at the First Contact War. Death toll, 300 and something humans. So you maybe knew somebody that died there. We keep that to yourself. Your character seems dark and brooding. All right, and that brings us over to you, Rick. Please take it away.
I'd probably be like 23, like slightly younger than these other people, but
Younger.
still rising through the ranks relatively quickly, rather surprisingly so. Yeah. Of course, having gone to military school and being disciplined prior and whatnot, I took well to military life, and it showed. Turns out I can shoot things, and they love that in the military. So I found my place in life.
Oh, that's good. It's literally, were you kind of like a punk kid, and that's why you were sent to military school, or is it just something that your parents just always had as like, this is how we raise our kids?
Yeah, my parents weren't exactly the most stable, so I kind of got it from them, and just causing fights in school, and eventually just thrown into military school. Just not our problem anymore. It's
Behave.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it worked somehow.
Nice. I like it. So,
Awesome.
oh, that's funny. Unspeakable had suggested she knows Ashley's father.
Ooh. Well, we'd probably have all heard about it, and just
absolutely. Are you kidding me? The fucking coward.
we'd use his face on a dartboard and just like, whoop.
Yeah. Fucking coward. Nice, beautiful. So, yeah, you guys all know of Ashley's father. That there's no question about that one. He surrendered. He surrendered over at, what is it, Shinzi or however that colony is pronounced.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And
Spits on him.
and that surrender, luckily that surrender actually, like, people don't like to give him merit where it's worth. The fact that he surrendered somewhat lowered the defenses of the Taurians, so when the Second Fleet came in and fucking beat the shit out of them, it's because they're like, oh, we already won. And so they're...
Yeah, they were caught off guard by that.
They were caught off guard. So it did play in a beneficial way, but it's arguable. It's a blah, 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 blah.
We're not going to mention that now, are we? That doesn't make well for the history books.
Yeah. The timeline is going to be 2164, 7 years after the First Contact War, like 21 years or so before Mass Effect 1 kicks up. The actual overlay will have the game name and everything put on there for you. This overlay, I love it. I think it's gorgeous, but again, I just don't know the legality of using something like this consistently, so I'm just going to respectfully not be a douche. So, Ollie's,
For once.
And here I thought I'd be firing the
You're
shot,
trying
but
not to
no.
smile because that was a good joke. Ooh, I'm funny. I've got 16 charisma.
Oh.
You just have to put a
You're going to
box
need
around
it to
his
talk
face.
your way out of getting shot at some point.
Talk away out the gang of thugs that are gonna hit us when we go to the Citadel. Yeah.
No, they're just going to hit you. We're just going to stand
no,
there and just be like, should we join in?
We have
He's
to kill this
he's
guy.
probably got it, those Navy boys. They can just fly away.
Oh, that's
Space
funny.
scooters.
Oh, good.
And I'm your bodyguard, so like whatever danger you're in, you're putting me in.
Well, you're both gonna be my bodyguards because I'm in charge.
That's
Oh,
true.
man.
Yeah, you'll have to do a charm check first. Otherwise, we're just not going to listen.
Oh, man, you
Oh
better...
yeah. At least Ricky will respect the orders slightly more than you meathead.
Calm down, buddy. You're only playing an E4, okay?
I know. I'm in
Calm
charge.
down. Calm down.
I
you
think
still
we
have to earn
both
your
know
rank.
this character is taking like, oh, I am in charge. On paper, I am in charge. I am in
Fucking
charge.
Navy.
What's
I'll
up?
respect anyone who's got a 5. I am a 4.
What's
You
up,
are.
Pat?
That's fine. We'll put you in your place as soon as the bullets start flying.
Oh yeah, yeah. Then there's no more sass.
Okay, so last thing I want to go over, since we talked about a bit of story stuff and all like the real big campaign things, some things I'm gonna have to re-go over at the beginning of next session, the first like 5 minutes or so. So because next week we do start the real game, we go live playing these awesome characters that we put together. We're gonna need from the two of you some character descriptions tossed to Ollie's way. Ollie, I believe he likes it in anywhere between 1 to 3 paragraph format. Just give him the details that he likes, so that he can put it together for you. Make it nice and pretty. But why don't we practice playing with these character sheets so you can get familiar with how it is that things function should you have to make rolls or be in combat or whatever. So just as an example, we kept talking about you wanting to get an extra thermal clip from the requisitions officer, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to make for me a talk check. Let me just transition this back over. You're going to make for me a talk check, right? So the way it's going to work is when you click on talk, you're going to see a drop down for attributes. Now, some of them still have all 6 attributes available. If you look at other skills, they're not all there because I'm currently cropping that up to be like, when the fuck are you going to talk strength, right? So I'm cropping it up to make.
I mean,
just the...
I'm a Marine. I can talk tough all day.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Nice. So I'm cropping those up to make it a little bit cleaner and easier to fiddle through. But why don't you make for me a talk? Sorry, I keep saying talk. A trade charisma check, please. No extra modifier.
All right. And that was... Sorry, what was the attribute again?
Charisma.
Charisma, okay. It's going to be terrible, probably.
Hey, let's see. It's based off of 2d6. That is horrifying. That is really bad.
Yeah, leave it talking to us, meathead.
Wow. So you're like...
I mean, you said it was practice, so this does not count for the shotgun.
You walk up with the empty thermal clip and you like slam it down on your table. You're like, yo, bitch, get me another one. And the guy's like...
I need to shoot stuff. Like, seriously shoot stuff.
So the...
How did you roll that again? Just go through that me again so that I know what I'm doing.
What was that?
How did you roll that?
Oh,
Just
I just
sorry,
click
sorry.
on the button
You gotta
that's on
press
the character
little,
sheet.
The little D20 that's adjacent to...
Yeah.
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 And it automatically does the modifier.
Yeah, so you choose which attribute. So which one are you rolling right now?
I wasn't rolling anything, but...
Okay, let's
I
choose
could
something
try.
for you. So we were talking about him. He did not get that thermal clip that he wanted. Ollie, however, wanted to pilot the ship through some pretty crappy situations, and he did so deftly with a skill DC of 9 or whatever it was. He deftly weaved through there. Nobody was concerned. Beyond the initial, nobody was concerned at any point in time. If this is your first time seeing him pilot, your characters would be emboldened by the fact that he clearly knows what he's doing. And then something for you, rookie. You are good at killing things.
Yep.
Why don't we have you line up for a sniper shot takedown? So this one, oh no, we can't do that because of your skill. We'll do that in 2 seconds. I have to set up a macro for you. So, fuck, what are you good at? Where's your skills? Decryption. You need to hack into the mainframe of the. You actually came across a downed Quarian vessel, and you guys are over there trying to investigate what it is. Now, Ollie's mission is to go there and find out why it was that they downed, so on and so forth, and more or less just try to make positive contact with these Quarians. However, you were sent in to check things out first, and immediately in going there, you see that there's clearly defenses that exist on the hull of the ship, and you want to know whether or not they're still active and how dangerous they are. So you're going to want to hack into their mainframe and find out the information about the defenses. So here you are making a decryption check, which, fuck, that's the skill that you have, the 3d6 drop 1. Ignore that scenario, we'll come back to it. Instead, you're just going to do
electronics check.
A perception check to notice that there is a blah, blah, blah. To notice that there are those things. So you're going to click the little die next to perception. It's upside down. You clicked that, and then you're going to use wisdom as the modifier for your perception.
Okay.
And then you're going to go with no additional modifiers. So you're going to click through that, and it'll roll.
Uh-huh.
You rolled a perception of 5. You did not notice that there were weapons on the hull, except I already told you there are. So now
I noticed it was a hull.
yeah, there you go. There's a big down ship here. So I'm actually going to show you what you're supposed to roll right here. I'm going to make a macro for you in the future, but for now, it's going to be. Actually, let me go back a bit. Let's do this. 3d6. Drop lower 1. So you can copy and paste that back into chat. Now, technically, you get to apply your modifiers to it as well. Your modifiers are going to be a 1 from decryption and a 0 from intelligence, so that'd actually be an 11. It's much like Ollie with his skill over there. You easily hack into their mainframe, and you find out the fact that almost all of their weapons are in fact offline. Only the ones that are over by the primary door that they walk in and out are online. But more important than that, the IFF for it is currently fritzing. So whether or not it would shoot at you, you do not know as of right now. So that's kind of like a scenario that you would find your characters in a way that you'd roll those die. Now let's murder some bitches. Let's say that you were trying to attack people. Going over to, who was that? DG Derp first. DG Derp. Going over to you first. If you would like to, what weapon would you like to choose? And I'll paint this. All right, I'll paint the scenario first. You have 3 opponents of yours that are down behind cover. So, what's her name? Or just gonna say rookie because I can't remember the character's name. Lena, maybe.
Lena.
Oh, Lena. So Lena has a vantage point where she can actually see over and around the cover of 2 of your opponents, and she's told you this on the comms links that are a part of your equipment that I didn't tell you that you have. So she already told you that she can see over and around the cover of 2 of them, but she cannot see the third person, and that third person is the scary one because they happen to have a whole barrel of grenades with them. Not like active armed and easily throw one into the
barrel
and blow up. But you know they have grenades with them. They have heavier weaponry with them. They are behind cover that she cannot see around or affect. And luckily for you, they are only about 10 meters away, and characters can generally move 10 meters and still take an action. So she gives you the information about where that is. Taking a glance around the corner and seeing this person, you can see them. And so you actually have cover against them, and they have cover against you if you want to just engage in ranged combat. Or you can move up and engage and move around the cover, removing it from both of you guys. How do you choose to engage this person that she cannot see?
So would I be able to move around in a way that I have cover towards the other 2 people?
Yes, because the same cover that makes it so she can't see him makes it so they can't see him either. They just know he's there.
All right, in that case...
You're standing, not crawling, so you would have half cover as opposed to full, but still.
Okay. What I would probably do, just for giggles, I'd probably run around, get close, get cover from the other guys, and then try to use my shotgun to blast him to like 20 meters apart, just give him the good what for,
Sure. So you go rushing around, getting that half cover from everybody else, line up your shot and take it. Go ahead. It's a beautiful fucking attack roll. Roll your damage for me, baby.
I think he's gone.
Ouch! That's some serious damage. So depending on what their shields are, their damage resist are, and their health points are, let's just assume they've already taken a couple hits in this combat, whatever. You come rushing around the corner with your shotgun, you aim down at the guy, and boom! You kill the guy right there, just splattered blood everywhere, so on and so forth. He is dead, and then immediately afterwards, with like a free action, you can take a knee, giving you better cover from the opponents that are around the corner. Now, she still has her shot. She still has a bead on them, okay? But Ollie, you were there as well. You're not too far from where she is, like where she is the vantage point in like an eagle's nest overhead. You are immediately beneath her. So you can see one of the targets behind half cover, one of them is behind full cover from where you are on the ground. But you are aware of where they are. She can direct you to them if need be, or whatever the case may be. And then all of a sudden you heard him say, going for it, and makes us run over and boom, and then
kill confirmed.
Yeah. Kill confirmed, or probably just a laugh, like
Probably something about him being a fine red mist right about now.
Yeah. Actually, it was an
Gonna turn you into a fine red paste.
It was an Asari Huntress. It's just blue goop everywhere. No. He's like, bitch. So, so what do you do, Ollie, in this scenario? I don't fire. I run away.
I fire from cover. I'm not fucking moving at all.
So you're going to take a shot at your opponent from cover. This just means they have a higher AC than they otherwise would.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to take your shot, sir.
Which of my pistols do I use? Is the
Oh,
question.
you have 2 pistols?
You said I could start with 2 weapons, so I figured, yeah, both pistols.
So
Yeah, we should totally get me a shotgun. Like, just look at all the damage I just did.
That's not your. You would try to argue it, and I'd be like, that would be abusing the system, and you would not get that from me, sir.
if you had a decent electronic skill, it would allow you to have that second hard point move to your side instead of your back. Instead, you're going to have to make a trade check to try to get an armor that would have that for you. So you can have pistol either side, as opposed to one on your back, one at your side. Currently, it's one on your back, one at your side.
Oh well.
Go ahead. Make your attack with your pistol, whichever one you choose.
The heavy one.
Sure. Your attack roll hits!
Ooh.
The fucking 19!
Yeah, you thought I wouldn't be good at this.
Oh, you hit. Roll your damage, sir.
There's at least some shields dampened.
You injure the target or lower their shields. It's certainly not enough to kill them. Rookie, you've been holding a beat on these targets for a long while. They're not aware of the fact that you're up there because you're whispering. Do you wish to take a shot, or do you want to try to like hold out to do an instant kill? You can just take a shot with your sniper rifle if you'd like.
No, fuck it. I'll do a shot.
Sure. So
Yeah.
you do a regular sniper rifle attack at the injured one, the one that all yours are already injured some, or the uninjured one?
The already injured one.
Sure.
Let's
Okay.
get
Oh.
Make your attack roll. It's
Yep,
a fucking
that's
hit.
beautiful.
Beautiful. I forgot to give you an additional 2 because you're covering everything. Oh my god, an 18 damage! It's already taken so much. So you just
I warmed him up
blocking
for
the
you.
shot, and then just you line up the shot and you get him. So he goes to you go to get the headshot and you take it. And boom, dead. Just
Dead.
instant dead. And the sound of that weapon going off is like a boom. Like it's so loud as it goes off. And then you guys
Can we
see the
soundboard
bullet
that?
go through his head. So you guys haven't seen necessarily go through his head, but you see the bullet come out the other side of the wall where he's taking some of his cover and embed itself into the ground to some degree. Holy shit, that is a dead man. This brings it to the bad guy's turn. The bad guy, who's not injured, has been hearing fire going off around. Clearly, he's kind of like looks around the corner and sees that one of his friends is dead next to him. He's like, shit, and he heard a shot go off from over there where his other friend in full cover, but he doesn't see anybody over there. So he's good to go. He doesn't see anybody on that full cover spot, and he knows that friend had a shotgun as well, so maybe things are going well. So, fuck, there's a sniper. And so he's going to take a quick action and kind of like look around and see if he can find that sniper. And so I'm going to hide my rolls in the future, but for now, let's do roll 1d, nope. It's roll 2d6 plus 1. So he actually notices the sniper. That's not. Yeah, actually, he notices that you just made a shot, so it's a good chance that he'd be able to find you immediately afterwards. So he notices the sniper and he sees her up there. And in that same perception check, he also notices Ollie down below. And so, kind of like assessing the situation, he's like, "Shit, we get a sniper!" Which is like stating the obvious. And so he's actually going to try to line up a shot up above and shoot over at Rookie. I'm going to just make an attack roll using Rookie's sheet. I'm just going to apply a -1 to myself to... Oh, wait, no, not Rookie's sheet, sorry. Using Derp's sheet. Derp gets a +2, though, so I'm going to apply a -1. Here we go. He's going to attack up at Rookie. Boom. -1, go. And misses. She has cover. She's lying down on the ground or behind something where she can rest her rifle. Does not even get that shot off. This brings us back around to Derp's character, to Rick's character. And you can try to close the gap immediately over to this guy. You have grenades lying on the ground right next to you. You can do whatever you'd like.
I mean, these people were described as having, quote, a barrel of grenades, end quote. So
Barrel of death,
that's-
otherwise known as.
that seems like a fun thing to do, but before I do anything, did he move? Like, I know he probably took cover from where the sniper was firing from.
Yeah, he just changed. Yeah, no, he did move. My apologies. Once he took a shot and he missed, like while you're spraying up with his assault rifle and missed, he tried to take cover to give him much better cover from the sniper, which just means that he has partial cover, like half cover from the sniper instead of full, but full cover from Ollie.
Would I be able to move in such a way that I have a flanking position on him, so that I have cover but he is exposed to me?
Would you be able to move to flank? If you made a sneak check, you might be able to make your way around him without him noticing you getting close. However, doing so, you might you probably won't be able to get there and attack in one round. You can start
Sneaking's for voices
you can start
anyway.
Closing and sneaking, yeah.
So, would I be able to charge him in melee range?
Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely get all the way up to him for melee.
Why not? I mean, this
Sure.
is a non-canon test fight. You might as well just sword him.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That was what I was thinking. Omniblade. He still has shields probably. He's the one guy that we didn't aim at yet. He didn't obliterate. So I'm gonna try poking him with the Omniblade.
Oh man, you that's awesome. That's so funny. You're like the fact that you picked up quickly is. I'm sorry. I was just sitting there thinking to myself. I was like, wow, he picked up really quickly. The guy doesn't have shields and whatnot. That's good. I mean, obviously you're a video game player, but it's the details like that are going to be what helps you out in playing a very deadly combat game like this. So my apologies. You go and you rush the gap between you and him, holding out your hands and causing the Omni blades to come out as it makes almost like a hardened plastic gel is formed outside of it. Go ahead. Oh my god, another good hit. You guys are rolling so well during this test session.
I thought we start playing it really and we just roll
Yeah, when it's actually the wall with
4 damage.
And 4 damage is actually pretty good if you think about it. The average person has 1d6
no
flat, so that is
out of 1d6 damage as well. It's above average.
Yep, and you ignore armor and you ignore shields, the melee weapon. Would you like to describe this kill for me?
Okay, so I come running up. My arms are wide. My Omniblade's folding out. I just start grinning as I see the terror in his eyes, and I run up to him and I just, not even stopping, I just charge straight through him and I jab him straight in the torso as I pass, and he just falls to the ground.
There you go. Awesome. And so that would conclude this sample encounter that you guys are going through, and you guys rolled very well. Ollie did something. No, obviously how
Ollie hit someone.
Everyone think he's terrible. He's just not got as many guns as you.
He doesn't have to. He has as many guns as a rookie.
They're just smaller.
They are smaller.
The pistol's pretty
It's not
big.
about size, it's how you use them, right, Ollie?
Yeah, I've heard that many a time.
Cool.
But my charisma's great.
Fine.
Oh man. So well, I'm so excited for starting this. Things that you got your characters. So one of the things that we didn't go over is like grenades, and if you would be able to, as a party, you would be able to start with 3 grenades. Which, if I remember correctly, looking at my equipment, do I have sound in the background still, or? Oh, I do. Okay, it's just super quiet to me because of the I turned the volume for it way down for the music. I kind of want to turn it up a smidge. There we go. All right. Going back over to armor. I believe what it says for light points is, let's see. Light points are areas that can hold other quick grab items. So these are items that are readied for you without having to have like a satchel. So it's more or less like free extra carrying capacity that I give to your characters. This might be meta gel, grenades, mines, etc. Some functions, blah blah. Items stored in this area are considered readied, and I thought I said how much it can hold. I thought I put that somewhere.
You do in the different armor types, surely.
I thought I said it somewhere, didn't I?
Yeah, light points. It's in the armor types. Light armor.
Yeah.
Low light armor has 1 light point.
No, I thought I said like how much can be held per light point.
Whoa.
Because like I'm pretty sure it's like 2 metagel. I think it's like 2 metagel and 2 grenades per light point. And like other items it can hold either 1 or 2 or 3 of, depending on what it is. So like I'm pretty sure it's like 2. So if you have 1 light point, that's again without counting against, because you can carry a fuck ton of grenades, but without counting against the encumbrance of your character, you can have 2 grenades. So requisitions officer would give you guys 2 grenades walking in. I don't know if you would spread those amongst you or just give them both to Ollie with hopes that he can actually hurt somebody, or if you just give them both to Rick.
But is Ollie really going to be close enough to use them? That's the question we need to be asking here.
Well, he's really strong, right? He's got that like good strong arm, like Angels in the Outfield strong arm. Is that?
Now, he tried to convince you that with his charisma, sure.
Yeah. Why don't we have 1 each, Rick? Why don't we?
I'm fine. I can share my toys.
Why don't we share the load?
Ooh, Cap is asking what a character is Paragon or Renegade. If I were to guess, I'm gonna say Ollie's Paragon, Rick is Renegade, and what's her name? Rookie is she likes she likes to act like she's Renegade, but really she's Paragon. She just really
She's
wants
the
to
villain
push
that has a
forward.
redemption arc and is kind of edgy later on, you know.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
kind
I'd probably be leaning at least a bit renegade, you know. I don't have any love for Xenos.
My guys, you know,
None
like,
at all.
orders are orders. Who cares what the morals are? Orders is orders. He's lawful stupid.
Yeah.
He's lawful stupid. I'm playing lawful stupid. I didn't realize.
Okay.
Well, stupid.
Well, this was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun making the characters. You guys learning the rules. Did you have any questions about the rules and how things work beyond maybe like say piloting?
Nothing that really came up yet.
Not yet,
I'll
no.
probably just bombard you with them as we go, so don't
For the
worry
most
about
part,
that.
it'll be Scott saying, "Roll this," and then you roll it, and then you're like, "Yay!" or "No."
Yeah.
And every time he's gonna go roll for it, I'm just gonna be like slightly snickering
And then
over
he's
here.
gonna be like, an attack makes an enemy, he rolls against you. Ooh, yes! Because he's one of them.
Pow!
Yeah.
Well, I get excited when enemies actually hit people, but oh man.
I like to be a little more cryptic about it.
Natty 20 last night. I know all you did not see the end of that session, so I'm not going to do any spoilers for anybody that didn't catch the end of Lost Initiative last night, but oh man, that last hour, like after the technical difficulties, because Comcast dropped massive or whatever, like after we finally went back live, that last hour, oh man, one of the best hours of D&D I've ever done. All I have to say is kudos, Sam, kudos. But oh man, so yeah. Do you guys have any questions about rules? Any questions about anything whatsoever? Do you pretty much get the gist of it?
Getting the gist of it. I think
I'm getting it so far.
Yeah, we'll ask as we go, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Ask as you go. We'll figure it out, and we're going to find these characters. So we're going to end this fairly soon because there's no reason to really push on. One of the other things I'm going to say is just to explain the format that I kept saying, oh, later on. And just to reaffirm it for you three in case you forgot the details. I'm sure you haven't because I probably said it 200 times. The way that we're doing this is we're having this first game be all humans in 2164, which is when only L1 biotics are out. The very next game that we're going to do immediately after this one is going to take place somewhat in the future. It could be a couple months, could be a couple of years, whatever the case may be. And in that game, you're not allowed to play humans. You have to play one of the aliens that are available to you at that point in time. Not all the aliens will be available. They won't all be there, but I will have a good handful of them done for you to make your selection from. And then after that quick campaign, which is going to be like, we'll say 6 to 8 weeks long, just to get more familiar with the alien side of the universe, their perspective of humans, and so on, and more rules being expanded since biotics are going to be more there. Then in the third campaign, which is likely going to be the real campaign of the game, is going to take place once again in the same universe, slightly forward in the future. So anything that you do with those prior two campaigns is going to be canon and is going to affect the future campaign to a major degree. So viewers that are coming in and just seeing the third campaign, they won't be lost, but viewers that have been here the entire time, they're going to get all these great references. When a name is first said for the first time, they're going to be like, ooh, you know what I mean? Much like if I say the word space heresy, Rick reacts, you know what I mean? So that's how we're going to be doing it in that third campaign. All the chains are taking off completely. Any race that is done, and there are going to be more built at that time. Like Drell will be available in the third campaign. They won't be in the second one, you know, because they're an obscure race. So all the races that I have done will be available to you. All the classes will be done. All the expansions.
And hopefully characters that haven't died can come back in the third one, maybe. Depending on how they die.
I would like that option, yeah.
Just in the future. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows how this campaign ends? I feel like there might be an expiry date on our characters. But, you know, who knows?
Well, I mean...
You better be nice, Mr. Navy boy.
Yeah, this campaign could end with all of your characters dying in you know, those first 8 sessions. It could
It is Mass Effect.
It is Mass Effect.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's an option.
Yeah. So it is definitely something that could happen. That is not my goal. My goal is to be like, haha, and then we make martyrs of you, and you go down in history as Shepard has no idea who you are. No, like, that's not my goal. But, you know, we'll see how things go based off the roll of the die and the way you play your characters. I'm just excited because I love these fucking characters. Like, I'm already regretting the fact that I'm doing an only 8-week format for them. Because I love all three of them. Like I genuinely do. Like
It's gonna be good.
it's definitely gonna be good. Especially like it's ridiculous how well you rolled, Rookie. Like your character is like your character
Crazy.
is so fucking OP compared to the other two. It's not that you're
I love when a
overpowered, but
character is just lucky for no reason. We'll have to see how it goes, but when a character is just lucky for no reason, it's so funny.
oh yeah. No, it's
Same
good.
the other way, I guess.
Well, what's gonna happen next campaign is you're gonna have Rick playing like a Krogan with like he rolls all incredibly high stats. So I'm like, oh, so no Krogan with
Kick him in the
3 con.
quads.
A Krogan with 3 con and
Your
5
Krogan
strength. Oh.
No, I don't know.
I'm a Krogan. Like a baby one, maybe.
I need
Who's
pigtail.
everyone?
Oh, because I always grab my hair. Yeah. Oh man, I should grow my ponytail back out. I always joke about it to my wife, and she's like, no.
Hey, I saw a picture of you with long hair. You didn't look all that unlike me at that age.
The picture that Will just posted from when I was 18. Yeah, I mean, shortly after that, I had my ponytail, I think that was my 18th birthday. Yeah, so shortly after that, I had my ponytail. But oh man, that picture's a funny one. I figure I'm gonna tweet it out tomorrow, right before we go live.
It's definitely a tweet. It's a tweet.
Yeah, right before we go live on Vampire, I have to tweet that.
It's a vampire tweet.
It's a vampire tweet. Oh god.
There's certain parts about that picture that are suitable.
Yeah, it's bad. All right. So, anyways, all right. I'm going to sign off now. Let you guys go and back to enjoying your days. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out and making these characters. I think they're going to be a lot of fun.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, definitely. Just send Ollie as soon as possible description of your character so he knows what he's doing. If you care to write a backstory, send it my way. If you want to have fun with your backstory and post it onto your own Twitters, Instagrams, Facebooks, and all that stuff, go right ahead. I don't care if you do that. It's your character. Run with it. Have fun with it.
Run in a field. Feel the air on your cheeks. Which cheeks? It depends. I'm done.
That's what mood you're
if you
in.
choose to change your character's name to something like, I don't know, Stacy, and you want to cosplay the character, you go right ahead too. We will always appreciate something like that. So that's it.
Wonderful.
Yeah. He's like, why?
Wonderful.